Yo, how's it going, guys? It is Camden here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to look like a pro in Prodigy. Now, what does it mean to look like a pro in Prodigy? Most pros in Prodigy are good at the game. You know, they're very high level, they have a ton of good items in the game, but looking pro is a completely different story. You can be bad at the game and look pro, and you can be good and not look pro. So today I'm going to be showing you guys, every single one of you, how to look pro in Prodigy, no matter what level you are, all that type of stuff, guys. You are going to look like a pro by the end of this video. Now, guys, if you want to look like a pro, make sure to watch until the end so you don't miss anything. And guys, without any further ado, let's begin. Alrighty, guys, so starting off, looking like a pro. What is important when looking like a pro? Number one, you have to have like a certain type of swag to you, okay? You need to look cool, okay? That requires a little bit of it. But also, you need to have good gear, okay? So no matter what level you are, you have to have the appropriate gear ready for battle. Because if you want to look like a pro, people have to think that you're a pro, alright? That's how it works, alright? And third off, finally, you just have to have a good matching set together. You know, if you look good, you're gonna look more like a pro, and that is very important. So guys, starting off, we're gonna start off with the headpiece. All right, so as you can see, I'm using the bandana, and you might be asking yourself, Camden, why are you a pro if you're using a bandana, guys? And that is because it looks good. Okay, I told you guys that you have to have a certain amount of flair to look good in Prodigy, and that is also gonna help you guys become a pro in Prodigy if you look good. So this is still good. Okay, it's still like decent, has a decent heart bonus, but it's obviously not the best. But I'm sacrificing a little bit of skill or proness, I guess you could say, to look good, and that is important, guys. Trust me, don't underestimate that. People take a lot of credit and they look at you a lot if you are looking good and have a lot of swag. So that is a very, very important part that I think of a lot of people overlook. But now I have a few other things that you guys can use. The Prankster's crown is also good. It is a pretty decent hat, I guess you could say. Now, what else is good? The Duelist helm is good and almost anyone can get it. Now, we can even scroll even farther down this list, I guess, and we're gonna show you guys a few more good things. The Tinker hat, guys, is also one of the best, I must say so myself. And finally, I'll give you one more example, the Draconox helm, guys. The Draconox helm, I use this a lot if I'm not using the bandana, and the Draconox helm is just gonna make you look like a pro, okay? And it's a pretty pro item, I must say. Now, anyway, moving on to your robes, I always use the Mirror's robes, okay? Now, why do I use the Mirror's robes? All right, the Dark Tower is one of the hardest things to beat in all of Prodigy. So having the Mirror's robes is important because it shows that you did something good, alright? If people see that you beat the Dark Tower, they are going to think that you are a pro in Prodigy, and that is something very important that I think a lot of people don't look at, guys. If people see that you've done a lot of stuff in Prodigy, they see that you're valid, they see that you have like a resume, I guess, not to get too specific, but if they see that you have a good amount of stuff completed, they're going to think that you are more of a pro, and that is why it's important to wear something good like the Mirror's robes. Now, it doesn't just have to be the Mirror's robes, guys. There are a bunch of other stuff that you can use, guys, like for example, the Spectre robe. Now, guys, what does the Spectre robe show? Now, in my opinion, the Spectre robe shows that you were there for Pumpkin Fest, okay? Pumpkin Fest is a very, very good time, and most Prodigy pros are always there during Pumpkin Fest. So if you have the Spectre robes, it shows that you were there during cool events. Also, stuff like the Luminite costume, the pumpkin outfit, all of this stuff is going to give you a lot of credibility, which in turn makes you a pro. Now, the Dragon Scales is one of my personal favorite. There's nothing too specific about it, but the Dragon Scales is just a very good robe, I think personally. That makes you look pretty good and also makes you look like a pro. But yeah, my two #1 picks are the Draconox gear and the Mirror's robes. Both show that you either beat the Dark Tower or did good in the arena. Both are highly, very good items. They also provide good damage and bonuses. So if you want to look like a pro, I recommend these two or any of the other things that I recommended. For now, we're going to put on the Draconox gear just to go with the theme. And yeah, let's move on to the next thing, which is the boots. Now, guys, for the boots, the Duelist boots has always been my #1, guys. It is one of the easiest things to get in the Coliseum, but it is also a very, very good pair of boots and very, very highly credible. So that's why I use the Duelist boots personally, but also just, you know, just in general, it's just a good pair of boots to have. It has a good heart bonus and stuff like that. Now, what else? What are other good shoes that I would recommend if you want to look like a pro? Personally, I like the Ninja covers. I'm pretty sure you can get this through the arena or something along those lines. But also anything you can get from the Titan, anything you can get from Bonfire Spire. Fire boots are also really cool, I guess you could say. And the Archivist boosts are from the Academy, I believe. So that also gives you a bit of like credibility, I guess, like, oh, I completed the Academy. You are probably more of a Prodigy Pro. Now, finally, we're going to move on to the wand, which is arguably the most important out of all of them, guys. Now, the wand is super important. I left it blank because I want to give you guys a bit of a surprise on what are the best wands to use if you want to look like a pro. Now, one that I always used to use, I don't use it as much anymore, I will not lie, guys, is, let me show you guys. Let me wait for it, all right? Let me wait until I can find it. Is Gizmotron. The Gizmotron is one of the best ones, 15 power bonus. This is just crazy. Now, I'm pretty sure you can only get this from Clockwork Town, guys, all right, which is an old area in Prodigy. But this is an example of something that would make you a pro. If you have something that's unobtainable to get anymore, like it's impossible to get, that is going to give you a huge advantage of looking like a pro, guys. So that is why I use the Gizmotron, but also, and more things that you can get, like currently, you know, stuff that is able to get in the game right now. The Dragon Staff is a really good one if you want to look like a pro. The Rock Guitar came from one of the membership boxes, I believe, so that's also very good. The Magma Shift Firewad is the best free item probably in the entire game. It does just as much damage as something like the Mirror's Wand, and it is literally free. You don't have to have member or anything like that. So if you are a pro who doesn't have member, this is the one thing I would recommend you pick up, guys. It is very important that you get this wand. However, what are things for some members that you can get, guys? What are some things that you have to be a member to have, but is also very good for looking like a pro, guys? And that one item, guys, is going to be the Mirror Staff, guys. I'm telling you guys, the Mirror Staff is one of the best in the game. There's no denying it. I know it's only for members, so that kind of does suck, but the Mirror Staff is just one of those items that is so good. All right, it does such a lot of damage, guys. It looks awesome. I mean, look at the way I'm holding it, guys. It's just one of those items that is so cool, and I really would recommend it to you guys. If you want to buy membership, you should get it. Go to the Dark Tower and go ahead and get the Mirror Staff. Now, also something that is free, I'm pretty sure the Draconox, you can get this in the arena. As you can see, I have a trend of wearing a lot of Draconox stuff because it is so good, and it really does make you guys look like a pro. Now, guys, with that, we're moving on to the buddies, and for this, guys, I'm gonna be honest, it has to be an epic. All right, in my opinion, if you want to look like a pro, you have to have an epic. Okay, Chill and Char, Titus Eclipse. My two personal favorite are Chill and Char and Eclipse, just because those are the best looking ones and they do a lot of damage. So as you can see, guys, if you have an epic, it follows you around. Like if I'm going over here, guys, just to give you an example, it follows me around. Now look at the difference between me and Erica Firesong, for example. She has a little brown hamster, okay, which is cool. All right, I'm not saying it's bad, but look at me. I have this huge Chill and Char. Look how much better I look than Erica Firesong. All right, that just shows you, that makes you much better as a pro player if you have an epic. It follows you around. I'm even gonna give you one more example of using Eclipse, guys, because Eclipse is also really good. So if I just go ahead and scroll to Eclipse, look at that huge dragon following me, guys. I'm saying it once and I'll say it again, get yourself a dragon, an epic, anything like that, and that is going to be the best thing for you to use if you want to look like a pro in Prodigy. Now, wrapping up this video is the Relic, guys. There's not much to say about Relics because I think pretty much anyone can get these pretty easily if you just play a little bit of time. I like to use the Fire one just because Fire is known to be the strongest suit or strongest power, I guess you could say, in the game. That's why I like to wear a lot of fire items. If I'm not wearing the Draconox here, I like to wear this sometimes, but I like to wear a lot of fire items, and that's why I use the powerful Fire Relic, guys. It is probably one of the best items in the game as a Relic, and yeah, it is just really good. But yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy how to look like a pro in Prodigy. Let me know down below if you want to see more videos, guys. I have a ton of videos planned, and yeah, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.